Hey everybody, Tom Coyle. I want to teach some lessons of adversity, never giving up, and thinking outside the box. And I'm going to use the golf tournament I recently played in. Now, set the scene. Just like today, it was a sunny day. It was cool, about 54 degrees, but we had gusting winds of 15 miles an hour. Fortunately, we don't have that today. So this was a scramble format. Everyone hits the ball, and then basically whoever had the best shot, everyone grabs their ball, drops by that person, hits again, etc., etc. Great way to play some golf. So we're in there, and we're playing. We're about 6 holes into it, and we're at -3 under par. Now, my teammates were saying, "Oh man, -3 under par." If you know anything about scramble golf tournament, because you're always playing the best person's shot. A -3 in a scramble tournament, you are like, if not dead last place, you are in contention with that kind of a score in that format. But as we're getting around the 6th hole, and we're just kind of like, what do we do? And we saw the beverage cart, and hey, maybe we'll just get some beers or whatever. But as we were driving by, I kept noticing things about the other golfers. They were defeated. You could look in their eyes. They just weren't in it. They just looked like they were beaten down. They looked like a bunch of Russians who just got their asses kicked by the Ukrainians. Like, guys, hold on a second. Let's not go crazy here. I think we have a chance at top 3. Like, Tom, you're crazy. No, look at their eyes. And as we're showing up, we were looking around, and we're at the hole, and one of the holes, like, they're coming the opposite way we were going. They were the guys who won it 2 years in a row, and you could just see it. Their body language. They were defeated. Like, yeah, I think you're right, man. So we played. We picked up 2 more strokes, finished -5. Turned in our scorecard, and we waited. And we finished 4th. Again, -5 in a scramble, probably close to dead last. But we finished 4th. We were 1 stroke away from a 3rd place tie, 2 strokes from 3rd place outright, 5 strokes from 2nd place. Now, we know we had 2 strokes we could have made up. It was poor decisions of when not to, or when to use mulligans, and then those types of things. I won't even get into that. But we know 2 holes where we could have made up those shots. 2 particular situations we could have made those up. But 4th place, we didn't give up. And it was like kind of like Colonel Chamberlain, the Battle of Gettysburg. He was told, hold the last at Little Round Top, a key point in the battle. Confederates kept saying, charge, charge, charge. And finally he's sitting there going, God, they got to be just as tired as we are. They've been out here all day. They're just got to be just low as ammunition. Let's do a bayonet charge and let's break these guys. And that's what he did. We got the same philosophy. So the thing is, sometimes you're out there in life, whether you're on the golf course, you're in your business, whatever it is, you think you're doing bad. You think, gosh, maybe we're not doing as well as we need to be. That might be true. But what about your opponents? You look at the conditions, the 15-mile-an-hour gusting winds, they are dealing with the same thing you're dealing with. You can't give up, because if you just stay in the fight, the results will surprise you sometimes. We got that 4th place finish. Again, my teammates were, hey, thanks for pushing us, Now, conversely, I was in another tournament with my dad, and we had this one guy act like a spoiled brat. Now, same kind of thing. It was intermittent rain, kind of a miserable conditions for a summer day. And I was like, hey, maybe we have a chance here. But he's like, no, I play in scrambles all the time, and our score sucks, and we're going to be near the bottom, blah, 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 blah. I had just totaled up our scorecard. We got done. I'm about to hand it off to the organizer. And he just grabs the scorecard and rips it up like a little baby. Well, I remembered what the score was, and they announced the top finishers. We would have been 3rd if we turned in a scorecard. We didn't. So we didn't get 3rd. So it just goes to show you, you got to throw that out the window. You got to stay in the moment. You got to stay focused. Everybody has a bad game. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl against the Los Angeles Rams, and he didn't throw a single touchdown. Tom Brady did not throw a touchdown in a Super Bowl and still won, because he kept his head in the game, and he kept doing what he could despite the adversity from his opponents. Last thing, a little lesson about thinking outside the box. A lot of golfers are always looking at the range marker, like, hey, how far am I? Okay, well, I'm this far, so I use this club, and that's like the rules. It's a par 3. I put up my driver, and my team's like, Tom, you don't use a driver on a par 3. I'm like, 15-mile-an-hour winds, duh. And they took their preferred clubs. They went short. My turn to tee off, hit that driver, boom, takes off, and you can see the wind just grabs this thing, and it just almost comes to a standstill, holds up, and then drops right down, right on the green. We birdied that hole. My teammate owes me one, because on the next par 3, he used my strategy, whipped out his driver, and he won closest to the pin. So you gotta think outside the box. Sometimes you gotta look at not, this is the way you do things. Well, conditions change. And a 15-mile-an-hour wind, that's a condition you gotta consider. Anyway, those are my lessons for today. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend.